4. Different techniques to lighten and bleach hair. AirTouch, Foilyage, Balayage, Shatush. We'll discuss and demonstrate them together in this video. Hello, I am Mirko Aluno, and I am the founder of the program Transform Your Passion into a Passionate Career. And in this video, I want to show you and explain these 4 different techniques, which are very well-known methods for hair lightening and bleaching, specifically AirTouch, Foilyage, Balayage, and Shatush. But before we go to the video, I want to remind you that it's crucial that you subscribe to the channel, because this is the only way I have to keep you constantly updated. Now, let's head straight to the video. For this video, I'm using papers and a paper cutter dispenser from Wima, spatulas from Missima, and a mannequin head with natural hair from Caliban. Now, I'll divide the hair into 4 sections, and in the first one I'll apply the hair touch technique to achieve this specific type of effect. The first and most fundamental thing to perform a fantastic hair touch is to have straight hair, meaning it must be perfectly combed straight. To achieve a good hair touch, every single strand you work on must have a very thin thickness, even as little as half a centimeter. After combing the strand, I hold it at the tip, and with the help of the hairdryer, I begin using cold air to blow the strands starting from the root until reaching the... This helps me separate the baby hairs or the new or shorter strands, and this is because the technique aims to create a foundation for the lightening, initiating the hair lightening effect in a truly refined and delicate way. The key to success for this technique is to work with very thin sections of hair and to approach the root area in a blended and alternating manner to prevent any harsh demarcation lines, while paying close attention to always maintain a neat and organized workflow. In the second section, I'll show you how to perform a balayage, which means creating soft, light, freehand highlights, and at the end of this section, I'll also show you a possible result. The first thing you'll notice is the size of the thickness of the strand, the thickest one that is. In fact, it varies greatly depending on the desired outcome and the client's final needs. In this case, I'm taking sections that are about 1 inch thick, and as you will see, the work is done freehand, gently caressing the ends of each strand, starting delicately near the roots and becoming more incisive as I reach the very tips. The same work, definitely in a more organized way, I could also do with the spatula as a semi-rigid support, and in this instance, as you can observe, I am utilizing spatulas from the Missima company. As you will notice, since this section of hair is wider, I am adding a streak right in the center as well.
Remember, balayage is always done freehand, without using foils. If foils were used, it would actually be called foilyage. This technique offers you the chance to achieve delicate, non-excessive lightening, especially beneficial for hair that has already been colored. Here's a little strategy to achieve more blended root areas, effectively avoiding the risk of a harsh, distinct application of the bleach. Simply backcomb the roots slightly before you apply the bleach. The third technique is foilyage, which is essentially balayage, but it involves the use of foils or sheets, and that's precisely where its name foilyage originates. But why are these foils used? And the answer to that is quite simple. Because freehand bleaching without foils tends to dry out and therefore reduce its lightening capacity. In contrast with aluminum foils, since they are sealed, they contribute to a more significant lightening effect. And I always remind you to use Bima Company's aluminum because it is extremely resistant and of great thickness. This is one possible result you can achieve with the foilyage technique. Let me know if you'd like a more detailed video tutorial on any of the 4 techniques we've discussed, and please feel free to write your request down in the comments section below. The fourth technique we are going to discuss today is known as Shatush. This particular method involves the subtraction of hair from the section that is being held firmly between your fingers, with the assistance of a comb that can be more or less fine-toothed depending on the specific kind of result that you are aiming to achieve. In this case as well, it is very important that the sections of hair you work with remain extremely thin. The best technique, in my opinion, is to push the pintail comb all the way down to the root. Obviously, depending on how heavily the product is applied, then more or fewer strands will need to be lightened. And to avoid staining the backcombed section at the root with the bleach, I recommend wedging the comb between the spatula and the root. Depending on the final outcome, the bleaching agent can be applied more or less close to the hair root, but always in a feathered manner, and never lay the brush down horizontally to avoid any harsh demarcation lines. It's also possible not to get the comb stuck with a spatula, but as you can see, the risk is staining the back combing that I've done at the roots. Or, if you don't want the pintail comb to get stuck with the spatula, you can spray some hairspray and push the strands up to the root. It's a good effect, but I don't recommend it. Always work as neatly as possible. And this is one possible outcome of a hair lightening process using the Shatush technique.
Well, I'm giving you a heads up that the next video I'll be publishing will be dedicated to showing you the significant difference between washing your hair with a commercial shampoo versus a professional one. I want to truly show you what happens to the hair and what the real difference is, so why it's important that you make your client truly understand what she misses out on by not washing it with a professional shampoo. And if you don't already do this job, if you're not my colleague, what you miss out on if you don't use a professional shampoo. Alright, tell me what you liked most about this video and comment and write it down below. And I want to remind you that it's essential that you subscribe to the channel, because this is the only way I have to keep you updated, and also because every week I publish videos to help you transform your passion into a truly fulfilling career. Bye.